What's up, guys? How are we doing? How are we doing, guys? Holy smokes. Motocross 2023 just got underway, and wow. I think we have the potential of possibly seeing a rookie in Jett Lawrence winning the 450 Motocross Championship. After what I saw today at the first round at Pala Raceway, we're going to be in for a good 11 race series. Now, for starters, we're going to start at the 450 class. Now, Chase Sexton, I think he should look at this as a positive thing. I mean, he ended up 2-2 on the day for second overall, which is not a bad start by any means, but it is clear that Sexton got a bad start in the first moto, but he was able to come up to second place. So obviously Chase has got to work on his starts, and before long, hey, it's only the first round. You got to see where you're at. And I think Sexton is ready. And I do think Jett Lawrence is certainly ready. And I'm telling you, if what I saw in that second moto is any indication, I think Jett Lawrence is either going to be champ or second place overall, as I predicted. However, at the same time, I still believe that number 18 Honda still has a learning curve. And I say that because, look at what happened to guys like Adam Cianciarulo at the 2019 Monster Energy Cup. He won that race. It was his first race on the 450. And after that, he had problem after problem after problem. And that kind of backed up what I said about me thinking that, did I think Cianciarulo was ready at that time? Yes. But at the same time, I still thought that Cianciarulo still had a learning curve. Just like how I think Jett Lawrence still has a learning curve here. But he's definitely ready. He's got the pace. And, you look at what happened in that second moto. That was a major, major heat that he held off from on Jett Lawrence to be able to win that, to be able to win that second moto with all that heat that he withstood from Chase Sexton. It was almost like last season between Eli Tomac and Chase Sexton. But most of the time, Tomac came out on top. But, of course, hey, it's only the first round. You got to see where you're at, as I said earlier. And one thing of note, you also have to know what you got to work on. And for what I could see, Chase Sexton has to get a little bit better start. If he can start ahead of Jett, I think we're going to see Sexton run away with the moto. Now, not run away with a moto, but multiple motos. The start is going to be very, very critical. So, obviously, Chase and Jett are proving that they're the cream of the crop right now. But the guy in third, Dylan Ferrandis, third place overall, about where I thought he would finish. I actually had Sexton, Jett Lawrence, and Dylan Ferrandis as my top three for the end of the series. I also had them for the top three in the first round of the season. So obviously I was almost right, but I have to admit though, the top five didn't really surprise me, but the order of it did, because I didn't expect Jett Lawrence to win right away. I probably would have put him maybe second, maybe win the first moto, but I don't know, maybe not do so well in the second. But hey, he made a liar out of me. I thought he was going to crack when Sexton came up on him, and he did, but Sexton was too far back to take advantage of it. So obviously, Jett has proven he's ready to go. And he's a quick learner too. But hey, you know what? It's only the first round. I still think that Jett's got a learning curve, but he's ready. But he's going to contend. Now, other guys of note, Grant Harlan, 7th overall, I believe. Oh, yeah. doing it for the Hawaii people. So right on, Grant. So I'm happy that you were able to come through with that win. And hey, shout out to you, brah, making the Hawaii people proud on national TV, because everybody knows any diehard motocross fan who comes from Hawaii like I do, you know that the only guy from Hawaii to make a name for himself in this sport was back in the 70s, and that was John DeSoto. He's the only guy listed from Hawaii in the Racer X Vault, and he ended up winning the Delta Ohio National in 1950 or 1973. So anyway, Harlan, nice going, brah. I'm hoping to possibly get an interview with him over Zoom, but we'll see what happens. So hey, Grant, Harlan, if you're watching this, hope to talk to you soon. So anyway, now we get to before we get to the 250s, I also want to point out 4th and 5th place, the two KTMs, Plessinger and Cooper Webb. Plessinger got 4th, I believe. Cooper Webb got 5th. Or maybe it was the other way around. I think it was the other way around. Anyway, hold on, guys. I'm trying to find out something. But still, I thought both guys did well. And yeah, Plessinger was 4th, Webb was 5th. I was right. So obviously, I thought Plessinger did well for the first race. He was kind of mired down with some bad luck and some crashes. But hey, it's only the first round. Sometimes you just got to take it easy on yourself. You're not expected to win right away. It is the first race of the season after all. Cooper Webb, this is his first national season since 2020, I believe. And, or not 2020, but 2021, perhaps. 2020 or 21, I'm not sure. Probably 21. But anyway, I actually picked him for 5th place on the Rocky Mountain site. So, and hey, I was right. Ferrandis, I got right. And I thought Adam Cianciarulo might have gotten 4th. I thought he might have been ready to go, but just didn't work out. Plessinger, Meyer, or not Plessinger, but Cianciarulo mired with a crash in the second moto. Comes from last to 7th around there. I had Grant Harlan as the wild card, and it turned out to be Freddie Noren. So props to Freddie. Fast Freddie Noren. So anyway, guys, let's talk about the 250s now. The 250 class, Hunter Lawrence wins with a 3-1. Kind of no surprise there. I actually had Hunter Lawrence predicted as the winner. Justin Cooper, I thought would have done a little better. But Tom Vialle was the big surprise of all to me, because after that first moto, I thought he hit a wall, and I thought he was probably going to be worse for the second moto, but he made a liar out of me. He actually did. I think he got 3rd in the second. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got 3rd in the second moto. So Vialle's proven that he's an outdoor guy. I never doubted it from the start, but I think if he can get a little bit more endurance under his belt, maybe he'll take a moto win. As far as taking an overall win, I don't know. I think he's going to have to wait for the right break to come his way. But still, the ride of the day should go to RJ Hampshire. He won the first moto, crashed in the second turn of the second moto, then crashed again, and then crashed a 3rd time and finished 11th in that second moto, but it was just enough to beat out Tom Vialle for 3rd overall. And I don't know if Vialle even knew that. But hey, you know what? Hey, but Tom Vialle, 4th place, hey, that's not bad. You know, I mean, he rode well, but the disappointment award has probably got to go to Max Volan, because he was second in the first moto, had some bad luck in the second moto, finished 11th. I don't know. I thought he was showing me something. I thought he might have shown me something in that second moto like he did in the first. But hey, like I said, it's only round one. You got to know where you're at. So we'll see what happens. Now, another point I'm making in my video, making in this live stream here, as you're seeing it right here, as you see in the description down below, or not the description, but the title, Hunter Lawrence must stay on a 250 in 2024. Supercross, I would still put Hunter Lawrence on the 250. Do the same thing Jett Lawrence did. Just don't do what Travis Pastrana did. You know why? Because I believe that Travis being too anxious to get to the 250 class ultimately did him in. I mean, you can't blame the guy for wanting to ride the 250 class so bad, but take the time to perfect your skill. That's the thing. I mean, when James Stewart moved up, he rode the 125 class in 2004 to 11 wins and 12 races, and he beat out Carmichael's record by 2 races. He beat out Carmichael's record of career 125 wins by 2. He had 28 wins. But hey, if I'm Hunter Lawrence right now, if I'm Honda right now and team manager Lars Lindstrom, I'm telling Hunter Lawrence, stay in the 250 class and perfect your skill. Hands down. Don't go to the 450 class just yet. There'll be time. Besides, you won the title in Supercross. I say either defend it or go to the West Coast. Win all the titles, then move up. And that's probably, and I hope that's what Honda does with Hunter Lawrence, because if they put Hunter on the 450 on the opposite division, I think that's an okay move. But still, the 250 class must be the main consideration for 2024. I say Hunter should not be on the 450 yet. Wait until Motocross 24. Hands down. Because there's a thing called too much too soon. And when you do that, that's a recipe for disaster. I mean, look what happened to Travis Pastrana. And he's the prime example of that. And some might say, well, that what happened at Castillo Ranch with Pastrana trying to go for that triple. I think that was part of it, but mainly I think that Travis being too anxious to get to the 250 class ultimately did him in. So hey, if I am Team Honda right now, I'm making it a point to Hunter Lawrence to stay in the 250 class, at least for Supercross 2024. That's definite. Because you have to perfect your skill. Do what McGrath did. I mean, look what happened to McGrath. I mean, he took the time to perfect his skill. He didn't win a motocross title, but still, look at what he did. 7 titles in 8 years in the 250 class, in the premier class. Yeah, that's proof. You have to perfect your skill. That's the thing. Don't see anybody in my live chat. Well, I see one person anyway. But hey, I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying to Team Honda right now. Keep Hunter in the 250 class for 2024, at least in Supercross. And then when he's ready, he'll ride the 450 in motocross. Or he could wait until Supercross 2025 for that to happen. But just don't do too much too soon. That's the thing. So just before I bounce out of here, I also want to say one more thing here. Obviously, according to social media, we are losing someone in our Supercross broadcasting family, and that is Daniel Blair. Because according to a social media post by Daniel Blair himself, he's stepping away from Supercross broadcasting, and I want to wish Daniel Blair all the best in the world. I hope that, I thought he did a badass job, and I also think that Blair could certainly do well as a color analyst or play-by-play announcer. I mean, he's a hell of a lot better than Ricky is, that's for sure. I mean, I like James Stewart in the booth, but I still say, but hey, I still say bring David Bailey back or bring Jeff Emig back. Those two were the absolute best at the job. With an honorable mention to Ricky Johnson. Because RJ, he's like David Bailey, like Cooksey said in a prior live stream. David Bailey called it like he saw it. Rick Johnson called it like he saw it too. And Jeff Emig, I really liked from a psychological perspective. And I still believe that Jeff Emig was probably the second best next to David Bailey. But as far as play-by-play announcers go, keep Lee Diffie. I like that guy, not going to lie. Todd Harris I like because he called the races when I was in high school at the time. And I thought Todd Harris was really good. I thought Ralph Shaheen got way better from 2006 on. But still, no matter how you slice it, you're never going to do better than Art Ekman. That's for sure. So, obviously, I really would like to see Art Ekman back, but that's kind of wishful thinking. But keep Lee Diffie, keep Todd Harris, but keep James Stewart for the booth, or better yet, get David Bailey or Jeff Emig back. Or perhaps if they want to, Jeremy McGrath again, or perhaps even Denny Stevenson, because I thought Denny Stevenson was really good too. But one thing about guys like Jeff Emig, Denny Stevenson, and James Stewart, they sum up my viewpoints in a nutshell. Not going to lie. There was about 7 or 8 times on the broadcast where James Stewart really summed up what I thought. Summed up my viewpoints. I can't really say when, but hey, I do think that. But did I think Ricky was getting better? Yeah, I was, but I think that he talks too much like a fan. I mean, I don't think Ricky is bad per se, but he's just too basic, and he doesn't really give a lot of his own viewpoints on this and that. I think he's just too agreeable with whatever they say. And, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Ricky's okay, just not outstanding. But anyway, as far as Daniel Blair goes, we're losing a good one. We're losing a good one, no doubt about it. But hey, Daniel Blair, I want to wish you all the best. And you're a hell of a guy. You're a hell of a guy for sure. And although he didn't have much of a career in Supercross in terms of running up front, there was a time when I was in high school and Daniel Blair was getting hole shots in 125 qualifying, but you barely ever see him up in the main event. But still, he made a name for himself in arena cross, and I call that a successful career. So Daniel Blair, best wishes to you, bro, and want to wish you all the best. Where your career takes you, I don't know, but you're a hell of a joy to watch and listen to. So, anyway, guys, I only see one person on here, so I'll try and do more of these live streams on motocross and maybe even super motocross, like Cooksey does afterwards. So, anyway, guys, that's all for today. See you soon.